I have made over $800 selling on Mercari, and I want to show you how you can make this much money and even more. First, go to Google Play and download the Mercari app. Now I'm going to share with you 5 tips on how you can make some really serious money on Mercari. And this is my listing. This is just a few of the things that I have on for sale right now. Now, one of my first tips is, once you have an item that's been on here and you have seen some interest on it, the next thing you can do is promote that item. Now, I don't usually do this until it's been on here for a while. So just take, for example, these shoes right here. Now, I've had these shoes on here for approximately like 15 days. Actually, I had them on other sites longer than that, and I've actually had to drop it down several times in order to get some bites. So I'm gonna promote it to these 2 people who are liking it right now. So you hit promote button, you have 2 choices. You can promote where just anybody who sees it will have a chance to buy, or send a private offer to just the people who've liked your item. This may help to sell it at a slightly discounted rate. It must be 10% lower than what you're asking, and you have a limited time for them to reply. I like that it'll show you this breakdown of exactly how much you can make and what the fees are before you send it. And like I said, I don't recommend doing this right away unless it's been on there for a while, then try it. Now, my second tip is to follow people. Now, there's other sellers on there and buyers as well. And what you want to do is follow people. Try to find somebody who has your similar interests, the things that you like selling, and follow these people. The reason being is that you want to create a community of people who want what you're selling. And one great way of doing that is also by following people who like your items. And this has worked out a few times for me in the past, where I followed somebody back and they end up buying what I had to sell. You can click on anybody's bio and you can read more about what they're like, and you can decide then whether you want to follow them or not. So more or less, it's a more indirect way of maybe getting your items seen through other people that you follow, and hopefully you might can get some sales from them. Now, my third tip is to research whatever it is before you sell it. Just because you want to sell it doesn't mean it's going to be profitable or even worth selling on Mercari. What I suggest is you go through on the front page where it says recommended brands, and also you can check and see what's selling, what's hot and selling for that week. These recommended brands often change, so whatever you see today may not be on there the next time. So you want to check this pretty often to see what's selling on Mercari at the time. First, you want to see what people are currently selling the items for that you might want to sell. Then you want to hit sold to see what these items actually sold for, so you can get an idea of what your item is worth. You also want to check out the recommended categories. These are some of the top selling items by categories. Items such as shoes, women's handbags, jewelries. These things are really top sellers on Mercari. Also, you can see what's trending this week, and you can get a snapshot of current trends in both items and brands. You can see exactly how many searches were done. So if the particular item that you're selling, you run across it in one of these categories right here, you can see just how much volume people have interest in it, and that way you can have a better idea of how well your chances are of your item being seen and being sold. I like the fact that Mercari provides this information to users freely. Now, you want your pictures to stand out on Mercari, and you want to be able to take good pictures. One thing I suggest is you take your pictures outside. Natural sunlight really helps to make your items look good, and also you want to take several pictures of the item from different angles. So I take my pictures beforehand, and I already have in my gallery, so I just go ahead and select from my gallery the pictures that I want, and the order that I select them will be the order that they will appear on my app page. And if you don't already have pictures, you can use the in-app camera, although I'm not a huge fan of the in-app camera because of the quality of it. I just use my camera on my phone to take pictures. The images just look better that way. But you can try it out for yourself and see if you like it. Now we'll get ready to sell. As the images load up, you'll see they're loaded up in the order that you select them. But you can also switch on them to arrange them around if you need to. You also have the option to edit the photo once you click on one of them. Now they don't give you that many editing tools, which I think that's something that they probably need to work on later on. That's why I say it's so important to take good pictures from the start, because if you do need to edit anything, you're very limited. All you can do is crop or retake the picture. So go ahead and start with a great photo to begin with. And lastly, we have the pricing and the shipping. I put these two together because they go hand in hand. And I'm going to tell you why. So we get ready to set your price. Mercari sometimes will give you this little pricing scale right here to kind of help you to decide whether to price it at. Now, sometimes this is helpful, but I don't always go by this. And because one thing I do, I offer free shipping on a lot of my items. So this wasn't necessarily be helpful for me. So what I do is I always try to price it in the higher range. So I can click on up there and change the price to whatever I want, even though it's out of range on the scale here. But that's okay, because affliction shirts sell well, and you can turn on smart pricing and it will gradually lower your price over time to the bottom price you'll take. Now I try to offer free shipping almost all my items because that just helps it to sell better. That's why I try to sell in the high range. So I'm actually including the shipping in the price, so I can attract more buyers that way. And just to show you that works, here's just a few of the items that I've sold. And affliction shirts sell very well on Mercari. Look at this one right here. I sold for $50. And mind you, this is a used shirt. And you're not even gonna believe how much I paid for this shirt. Now I was able to make almost $40 from just this one sale. Now I can't promise you results like this on every sale, but if you follow what I just told you, you will be able to increase the items that you sell on Mercari.